Hey team, Prince George's County put out a new platform called Hapara, and Hapara allows us to view what the students are doing on their Chromebooks while we're teaching. So I wanted to give you a very quick tutorial on how to use Hapara if you don't already know. I know there's some webinars on T3 that you can look at, but I'm just going to make this quick video for you. So the first thing you do is you have to open up the Hapara dashboard, and to do that, you want to go to the waffle in your email or on a regular Google page is fine as well. When your waffle comes up, or when your array, whatever you call that, Google Apps launcher button, you scroll down and you look for the Hapara teacher dashboard. It's these three purple, green, and blue lines, and it's called Hapara teacher dashboard. You'll go ahead and you'll click on it, and it will open up on your screen. It takes a minute. Sometimes it's a little bit slow. And when it does open, you'll have a bunch of classes assigned to you. And any of your Google Classrooms that you're in, you can view. So I can see Miss Anderson's, I can see mine, I can see Miss Stanton's, and I can see Dr. Crawford's Google Classrooms. Whichever class you're in with the group of kids that you're in. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on Miss Stanton's class because that was the class that my students were just in. So fingers crossed I might have some students still on. So you'll go ahead and click on the class, and the teacher dashboard for that class will open. And the first page will just show you what documents your students have recently opened and updated on the dashboard. And so you can see all of those things on your dashboard. The one that I want to teach you guys about is if you go into highlights. Highlights is where you can actually see what the students are doing. So it might prompt you to log in, which is fine. Just log in and you'll just click highlights. And then you'll see like some sub tabs as well down here. You can see an activity viewer, what browser tabs the kids have open, their current screens, snaps, and schedule. Really, the ones that you're probably going to focus on are the browser tabs and the current screens. So you can see that some of my kids have things like YouTube open right now. It is their break time, so they don't have to be on something educational, but here you can see I have a student on YouTube. The cool part is you can see their screens. So if you click current screens, their screen will actually appear on your page for you to view. And there's lots of things that you can do while you have their screen up. So if you're like, oh, I don't want this kid on YouTube, you can go right to the child's page, click the three dots, and you can look more closely at their screen. You can send them a message. Click on the message and send the message, please get off of YouTube, and then hit send. I'm not going to send the message right now, but you can send them a message. You can also share a link with that student. If you want them to be redirected to a Google Classroom link, you can share that link and it will send them the link and they can click on it and it takes them right where they need to go. You can also start a focus session or a filter session. If you want them to focus on one link or one assignment, you can send them a link and it forces them to go to whatever you send them to. And you can even say how long you want it for. I sent Rafael Nunez, he was playing on YouTube during my math lesson. I put him on a focus session for 180 minutes because I didn't want him to have the opportunity to get on YouTube. So I put him in Google Classroom or whatever it was that I was doing, and I made the focus session 180 minutes so he couldn't get on YouTube. However, there are ways to block YouTube for a period of time as well. So you can also do that. I'm not going to give Daniel a focus session, but if you want to filter things, this is preventing them from getting on things. So if I want Daniel not to be on YouTube, I can put youtube.com here, just like that. And it will, and then I'll, start the session. I can say how long it goes for. If it goes all day, it goes 180 minutes. And then I can start the session. I'm not actually going to do this because, like I said, it's Daniel's break time, so he's allowed to be on YouTube if he would like to be. So that's really a cool thing. The other thing that I like about this is you can send a message to every student in your class. You can send it to just the class, just individual students. So if you're, giving them some news like, oh, it's your break time, but don't forget to work on an assignment, you can send it to everybody and the message appears on their Chromebooks. It's very cool. And then another thing that you can do is you can share links. I like to take the Google Classroom link straight from Google Classroom on the assignment. So I hope this is the Google Classroom link. Yes, this is a Google Classroom assignment link that I took right from my Google Classroom that I wanted students to be on. I put it in here with share the links. And I said, share it with the class, and I shared it, and all of them were able to click on the link and immediately go to that specific assignment. So sharing links, this is a really cool feature, and all of the kids are loving it so far. You can guide their browsing by filtering websites and things like that. That's the setting up filtering sessions, again, if you want to do that. You can also pause their screens. So that means everybody's screen is frozen if you turn this button on. I'm not going to do that, but you can do that as well. You can also set up groups for your students if you want. I haven't created any, but you can. Maybe you can do your small groups and set them up that way to only be sending them information on their small groups, but you can do that too. This is a pretty cool site. Definitely check it out and use it. And also when you're ready to switch classes at the very top, so right now I'm in Miss Stanton's class, and then I can go into my class if I want to see my students, and automatically it just switches over from Miss Stanton's class to my class. It takes about a minute to get it to load up because it is slow. It's a lot of things to load. But you can see that some of my students are watching anime or whatever it is their break time. But yes, you can automatically switch classes as well. So that is Hapara, a very basic Hapara tutorial. You can go back to the dashboard at any time and see your students and their recently updated documents. But again, that highlights tab is the really cool one that lets you see everything cool. All right, well, if you have any questions, let me know.